Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Kind of took a break from recording for a little bit, but I'm back. I'm gonna do some stuff. You'll see. But it's kind of gonna be one of the fun, off the cuff videos I can just whip out for you all. Pause. That's a bad example, but I can just, dish out, hand out for free. No research required, nothing crazy. I mean, there's a little bit of research into this one. There are some fighters that I want to. You'll see. But let's get into it. Fighters I'm excited to watch in 2025, or fighters I'm excited for. It's kind of like fighters that have interesting 2025 for me personally. I'm excited to see. Maybe they did something in 2024. Maybe they did nothing in 2024. We'll see. We'll get into it. Heavyweight, this one's pretty obvious. I think I'm a certified Aspinall Glazer at this point. I think we all know. I talk about it in basically every other video. I might go on a community post and have like a tracker, the percentage of every time of videos Tom Aspinall is in, because I feel like he's in every other video basically. Great fighter, you know how it goes. Great boxing, crazy speed. Because he was a smaller guy, like what 5'7", like 55er, and then he grew into this massive heavyweight body. You know what else is massive? Anyways, good defense as well. Very sound defensively, I'd say. Good head movement. Doesn't really get hit a lot. I mean, everyone always says, "Oh, he gets clipped," but not really. He doesn't really get clipped hard. Doesn't get hit clean on the chin. Good defensively. Very good grappling. Obviously doesn't spend a lot of time in bottom position. Actually, the least statistically. So, very good defensive grappling as well. He's the real champion, man. Had a defense in 2024. He was staying active. He was doing this, doing that. He probably would have got another one if he was actually the real champion. But John Jones just put everything in a freaking logjam. And he basically wanted to fight at home, which is fair enough. But still, the fact that he wanted to fight and be active instead of just sitting on his interim belt and waiting for his title shot means a lot in the current UFC climate. Shortest average fight time in UFC history. Puts on electric fights, man. I want to see him back in the octagon already. Like, I don't care if it's John Jones, Sean Combs, or don't care who it is. Just put him back in there, please. Collins, I kind of glaze him a little too much. I guess that's kind of a filler. He's got no matchups other than Cyril Gane because like he's beats. I mean, I guess Jonathan Almeida, but Jonathan Almeida doesn't have like. I don't think the people are ready for a Jailton Almeida title shot, and I don't think he really deserves one necessarily. I don't know if Spivak is a good win to get you a title shot per se, but he's really just gonna end up fighting Cyril Gane. I don't think he's gonna fight John. I think this whole John thing is just smoke and mirrors. I think John's gonna retire soon. I don't see why not. I mean, if you're already talking about going down a weight class and taking the money fight instead of doing your job as a champion, I don't think it's a good sign. He also went on that long Twitter thread why he doesn't have to fight Tom Aspinall, and I think he'll probably just retweet that or like expand upon it or something. Anyways, John's ducking is kind of the real issue here. It's got to go, man. He's got to either fight Aspinall or you don't fight at all, in my opinion. I don't see why he should fight anybody else. I don't. He can't really. I mean, Volkov wouldn't really make sense because you can't skip an active contender when there's an interim champion. I really don't know. I mean, the Stipe thing, I guess it was somewhat fair because it was booked before Aspinall existed, I guess, but whatever. We'll give that one a pass. But anyways, light heavyweight, you guys know, is my second favorite active fighter. This guy got me into the sport. He's probably my favorite fighter. It's a hard relationship, everybody loves Yuri. He got me into the sport, but I love Dustin Poirier. But anyways, good fighter, great and orthodox striking style, clean head movement as we just saw in his last performance. Underrated jiu-jitsu, great chin. It's still there. I thought it was gonna be gone. It's still there. Kind of a big and fun win to start the year. I want to see what he's got in the tank, man. I want to see what he really has in his system, Refreshed, recharged, evolved, ready to go, whatever word you want to use. 88% finishing rate in 36 fights. I mean, 31 wins in total, 27 coming by knockout. Sounds like I'm saying a boxer's resume. Boxers do that, not MMA fighters usually. I don't think he's getting a title shot. I don't in 2025. I really don't. I think 2026 maybe, but I don't think 2025 he'll get a title shot. I think he's probably end up fighting the winner of Jan Alberg, and right now my prediction is Alberg. But as that gets closer, I might do some sort of prediction or something potentially. I don't know. And Khalil Roundtree probably someone they'd give him. I feel like Khalil's gonna just wait on the shelf basically for whoever the best second available contender. Maybe he fights Jamal, but I don't know. I have a feeling Khalil's gonna sit on the shelf for a little bit. I don't know. I can't explain it. I think Alex would still beat Evolved Yuri. I don't know if head movement's gonna really beat Alex Pereira, given he finds a way to he makes you do what he wants you to do, you know what I mean? And then an honorable mention is Omar Starr. I talked about my prospects video. I'm excited to see where he goes, man. Especially with the current shakeup of unranked light heavyweight. I really feel like he can make a run. Potentially get an Anthony Smith matchup. Potentially be top 10, maybe like top 12 by the end of the year. I think he'll definitely end up being like top 15, but potentially could even get 10 maybe, given how light heavyweight is and how it's all shaking up. Especially because if Johnny Walker leaves, it'll certainly shake up the rankings a little bit. And yeah, middleweight. So the rumor is Donald Cerrone. I don't know why I didn't put his record. It's my bad. The rumor is he'll be fighting at middleweight. So let's just assume. I know I kind of got my concept, but let's just assume he's going at 185. I'm assuming he is because he's a little heavier, a little older. Just want to cut the weight. Good fighter, good striking. We're used to it. Solid grappling. It goes. He said he wants 50 fights, so he'll stay active. He'll be determined. He'll be focused. He'll be locked in, man. He'll get his 50 for sure. It's awesome to kind of see like a Hall of Famer and a legend kind of come back to the sport. But on the flip side of that, he's old. I don't know if he's broke. I don't know what it is because his chin's gone, bro. He's gonna get 2 brutal losses. I think he might fight Brad Tavares at 185 as my matchup. He'll fight like Cody Brundage and Brad Tavares, and he'll find a way to lose to both of them. You know what I mean? Coming off TRT, I think it's gonna really suck for him. I think he's gonna underestimate how easy it is. He thinks he's gonna like magically feel great and feel better. You're gonna feel old. You're gonna feel slow. You're gonna feel like crap again. You're gonna feel like you're old again, man. I don't think he's ready for that. And it's just a rumor he'll be 85. He'll probably be at 70 at the end of the day. I think Dana will probably push him at 70. But I just put him here. 85 is kind of a filler because I'm not really excited too much about any 85ers really. Like I'm not a fan of Kaio. I'm not a fan of any of the guys like that. Roman Dolidze there, I kind of like him, but he's also a jerk, and I also don't think he's going to do well this year. You know what I mean? Welterweight, you guys know I'm a big fan of Carlos Prates. I don't know why I didn't put his record here as well. Whoops. Good fighter, great striking, obviously insane power at the top of the page. Puts on these fun, electric finishes, man. I could say fights, but they're really finishes. He just knocks people out. It's fun. It's electric. Like to see it. It's new. And this division of decisionators of Leon. Well, Usman's not really a decisionator. He's got a couple there, but not really like Leon, Bilal, Brady, Ian Gary, and this division of decisionators, we need a finisher. 4 fights last year, great activity. I wonder if he keeps that up. I think it'll help him. And the real issue is the man stiff as a board. He gets hit a lot, and this will definitely get him caught when he gets in the JDM matchups, and even in an Usman matchup, that could get him caught. A Buckley matchup for certain would get him caught. I just think he needs to get in that head movement, get in that more defensive mindset because his offense is really good. He needs to back it up with some defense, reinforce it. Matchups are going to be tough here at welterweight because it's a very depthy division, and he has a lot of KO power. I know a lot of welterweights are going to duck him intentionally because, again, who really wants to risk their long-term health and get brutally knocked out? You know what I mean? Like, he did Neil Magny dirty. I think Neil might retire after this next performance, bro. I know Neil Magny's like, I'm going to go till I'm 50 or whatever, but I don't think he can do that because, again, what Prates did to him, bro. Prates wasn't even hitting him clean, and it was causing severe damage. Anyways, the real question, man, with Prates is, can he go to deep waters? I mean, I don't really try to give much validity to regional MMA. A lot of people can grow from there, but one of his performances, he got gassed and knocked out the last time I checked. I haven't watched a lot of his regional stuff. I've just seen like Octagon Oracle bits here and there. But cardio also, we don't know. I mean, there's some guys that never go to deep waters like Tom Aspinall and are legit good, and there are some guys that never go to deep waters and get fraud checked. So we don't really know. You know what I mean? Lightweight, Esteban Ribovic is who I put here. He's a good fighter, man. Great wrestling. That's kind of his thing. I know he had big performance on the feet, but wrestling is his thing. Good cardio, decent stand up. He's got a good matchup against Nasrat. The Kevin Gastelum lookalike. The guy looks like Kevin Gastelum, 55 or Slim Gastelum, basically. That's who he's fighting. He put in a 2024, I guess, Fight of the Year performance. Like, it was an excellent fight for me. I mean, Rabicki Orabai also is pretty cool, but that fight was amazing. I think that's mine personally, but we can obviously make another video on that. I don't really feel like doing that, but that's something. So that's a good sign. I mean, he puts on an entertaining fight last year. He might as well follow it up. I think he is in that mindset. Got to win some entertaining fights. Got to win some bonuses. Got to get that money. That Moicano mentality. Get the money. Strength of comp wasn't really that good in his previous career. I think he needs to escalate it. Some other guys. When you call it a Joe Alvarez or like a Grant Dawson, he gets a big win over the Calvin Gastelum. Like, I know it's a reach, but he needs to start going to those reachy matchups once he gets out of the top 15. And the real issue is for me, I mean, well, it's number one, the striking needs to develop. He's kind of stiff as a board again, stiff target, and he's not very great defensively. And also the wrestling defensively, which is his main thing, he's not great defensively. He's kind of a glass cannon. And when you're in a division with Mateusz Gamrot and his voodoo blood magic, you're probably going to get just destroyed. Probably not destroyed in the most Mateusz Gamrot way possible. Or Mateusz, sorry. Mateusz Gamrot possible. Now, for featherweight, I have Josh Emmett. Where did bro go? I mean, I like him. I think he had a performance of his career, like a very career-defining performance, and then did absolutely nothing to follow it up with. But regardless, good fighter, great chin. I think best in the division, considering Max got cracked by Top Toro, and Emmett didn't. It's a good gauge. But then Jeremy Stevens knock him out. But remember, when Jeremy Stevens knocks people out, they get knocked out. No TKOs here. Obviously, power jumped off the page from his last performance, but don't forget about the good wrestling and the good cardio and good stand up. Good, well rounded. I'd say decent stand up actually. Correcting myself. He's ranked 8, and he'll basically be like 6th or 7th because Max is leaving featherweight, and then T City's leaving featherweight, and your champion Taporia is leaving featherweight. So he might be able to get into top 5, potentially top 6, given everybody's leaving, and it's gonna slide up. You know how that goes. Like when bantamweight, when Rob slid up when Aljo left, stuff like that. So we could see something, maybe in title contention, but who knows? I don't know about that. He did drop the most violent KO of 2023 at the end of the year. I guess you could say 2024, but and then did absolutely nothing with it. But still, again, there's a possibility that he could do it again. It excites me. I want to see like a Joshua performance. Like, can he absolutely flatline a guy in a brutal, violent way again, but who knows? I think the matchups we could give him, I guess, are Aljo, but like fighting down doesn't feel right because he had this absolute crazy, violent knockout fighting down. I think he earned himself a fight up. I guess we could keep the pedophile busy in Evloev, if you don't know who I'm referring to, but I feel like you should know by now if you're a follower of the channel. But I don't really know if he's earned a Evloev fight because that puts him in title contention. He's just in a weird spot. I don't know. Maybe he slides up to 55 and fights like Chandler. That's a very interesting matchup. Could make that a video, and it's something we're doing a matchups video, like a fantasy matchups one. But who knows what Bro's gonna do? Really, I guess he's been injured. Where did he go? I guess he's been injured. I thought he had some personal stuff. I don't know. He posted with Nate Diaz recently. He's all bearded up and he's standing up. He's looking good. I don't really know what's going on with him, like fight news wise. I haven't heard any murmurings personally. I follow him. I try to keep close to him because I like him. I don't know. And then Felipe Lima is an honorable mention because there's some honorable mentions in the video. He's very interesting, good prospect. My boy Nick Diaz, we put me on to him. Very good striking, well-rounded guy. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up top 6 end of the year, given how the division's going to shake up. We're going to get a lot of shakeups here. People aren't ready for TC at 55 and Topuria 55 and Max 55. We're going to get a lot of shakeup here. It's going to be a new era of featherweights. The hands are turning over. Wouldn't it be awesome if Diego Lopez beats Topuria and like the hand of champion continuously turns over? I love how featherweight has that, like almost like that boxing, like lineal champion type thing. You know what I mean? Bantamweight, a bit of an each pick here, but I like Brady Hested a lot. I think he's pretty cool. Cool dude. Follows Instagram. I think he'll be interesting. I kind of like some wrestlers. I like the pressure wrestlers. Kind of. They can be entertaining because he gets submissions, and that's cool. Good footwork though. I said great wrestling, great pressure, good cardio, good chin to top it all off. He's on a 3-fight win streak right now. Got a big finish over Garrett Armfield. I think is pretty solid. I'd say he's pretty good comp. I would say. The real issue is coming off a big injury. I don't know if it was the same guy that he was before during the 3-fight win streak. We'll have to see. Also, based on how unranked bantamweight is kind of all shaken up, I don't really know what matchup we could get really. Like maybe like Dan Argueta. I think Rony Barcelos would be an interesting one, but honestly, the one that makes sense for me is Cameron Saman, given both of them kind of have been injured. I'm assuming Cameron Saman got TKO'd, got the concussion, CTE, whatever, and then got some sort of injury after the fact, and he's coming off an injury. That's why he's been gone since March. But who knows? Maybe they both fight in March because I think that's when Brady comes off. That would be a good fight for them. I think March 2025. I mean, would be a good fight. A little far away, but still would be. I think it'd be a good fight stylistically. The heavy striker is very clean against the heavy grappler. Is very clean in their respective regards martial arts. Now the real issues for me with him are the striking. I think his over reliance on rhythm, getting in a good flow, is going to be hard when he's going to fight guys that can disrupt that rhythm. Because bantamweight's full of a lot of strikers, a lot of boxers. That's be tough for him. He also kind of has this very hard-nosed approach, as you can see by the damage he took in this current picture, where he wants to just go at you with the pressure and the wrestling, and he'll take a lot of unnecessary damage and get hit and get caught. And a guy like Cameron Saman, even the Peyton Talbot fight, everyone's like, "Oh, we got outstruck." Did he though? He was landing clean on Talbot's chin. Talbot just had more power than him. I think Simon might be able to clip him, maybe get a TKO, maybe actually straight up knock him out. But we'll see. That'd be an interesting matchup for me. I think that would be a good one. But yeah, Brady Hested, I'm kind of excited to see what he does with this 3-fight win streak. He could honestly, just off the wrestling alone, because look what Marab's doing, go on a run and get top 15, top 10 maybe. Flyweight, this was going to be a really awesome one to talk about, like a positive thing, but then that freaking Daggy had to ruin it. So I was super high in this kid for after performance, the Royval Tyra fight night, but then 311 happened. But anyways, he's a good fighter regardless, good grappling, kind of good submission game when he goes for it. He's good. He got a good chin, underrated chin, I would say. He's a young dude. He got pushed in some very good comp very quickly and lost, but that's not a bad thing per se. I mean, I think top 11 is a good comp, man. I think it really should show you how good the top 11, like top 10, even like the fringe ranked guys are compared to the unranked guys. This was an unranked guy that was getting finishes, and he got such enough. I don't want to say fraud check because it's too soon of a fraud check. I feel like a Tim Elliott matchup would have been better, but it's whatever. 88% finishing rate, 9 fights, good clip. Now the loss kind of exposed that his striking wasn't really that good. He can crack, but he can't really like land effectively, land volume. And he's stiff as a board, very hittable, has no defensive countermeasures or counters. Like you can just touch him, clip him, walk backwards, use long arms, whatever, and you get him. And questionable IQ, he was just going in there, not changing things up. I think he also, when he was in bottom position, trying to knock him out from bottom was just weird. He just fought weird. I don't know what's going on with him. But yeah, I still think he's a pretty solid pick for the year. Flyweights kind of a barren wasteland for me personally, so I don't really have anything else to really say other than Clayton Carpenter very shortly. And I guess Steve Arce, he's my favorite flyweight, so he gets on as an honorable mention. But like that's too easy to pick. I tried to go with more niche picks here. I thought it'd be more interesting video with that, and then just picking like my favorites or whatever. But tried to mix it up. Anyways, thanks for watching, and God bless.